Just give us a little taste of the flavor, the atmosphere, what was going on there.
And then for the Saints to come back down and take the lead.
Lutz drove it. And the Saints are back on top.
And with 25 seconds to go in the game, we need a Minneapolis miracle.
Here we go. This is when legends are made, Paul.
Pass to Diggs. First down. They got to use a timeout.
Less than 30 seconds to go. Drew Brees drives the Saints down. I mean, of course, that's the way the game is going to end.
Big hit put on KC.
More pressure. Sheldon Rankins came through.
So now we have 10 seconds to go.
It's like, this is how this is going to happen again.
First off, let me start like this. I beat a nigga down, nigga, that's my word. And you ain't really wanna get it, why you trippin', little nigga, sit back and I spurs. Now shouts out to all of my haters and everybody around me, that is the reason I word. From the track to the hotel, break it down and bring a wholesale, watch them they learn. Now the feds buy mixtapes, ooh, we get shit great. Now you can't hold your wrist, man. I heard you talking like a bitch, man. Then you better throw the fist, man. And if you can't throw the fist, man, then you better grab the cannon, cock it back and get at me. And is you really ready for me? Chopping up like machetes. And ain't no pity for my enemies. And everybody swear they prison me. And ain't no love for my enemies. I said that shit from the beginning, bitch. So trust yourself and no one else, and love yourself is to get it. I know it's hard, I know so hard, but we can knock it, get happy. You hold it down, I hold it down because your boy, he a savage. You play around, you fuck around, dude.
The Vikings become the first team in NFL playoff history to win on a walk-off regulation touchdown.
Field goal to make the difference. Third down and 6. And that pass sailed.
Never seen a guy catch it on his nameplate on the back. Watch this.
I have so much respect for Paul Pierce as a clutch closer, clutch shooter.
And there's no secret, Paul Pierce is getting the basketball.
You want answers.
I want the truth.
I just want the truth.
The truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yes! With 4/10 of a second left.
The truth is out there.
He won't go down.
Who do you add into that mix? LeGarrette Blount, who is a physical north-south runner.
LeGarrette Blount, what a run! One of the best of the year, LeGarrette Blount, all the way. Resembled Marshawn Lynch last year in that playoff game.
Will people remember how this guy ran the football? Or will they just go look at a spreadsheet and look at the numbers?
Oh, look at this run! What a run! Marshawn Lynch! Still on his feet! Get off me! He said, catch Walker's now! He's dancing his way for the touchdown!
Well, the Seattle Times is saying that all the jumping that happened caused a 1 or 2 magnitude earthquake.
He is undefeated in 3 professional bouts, all victories, all knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for Mike Tyson.
You would get into the ring and people were scared of you. Were you channeling the anger that you had from your childhood?
I think a lot of it had to do with that, and I realized that every fight was a decision if I'm going to go back to that lifestyle or not.
Like a steam hammer. The legs have gone. This is all over. Yes, it is. I don't believe it. That's well inside a minute.
Tyson was like a sponge. He just absorbed everything that Cuss had to teach him. You know, the head movement, throwing the punches with bad intention.
The longest fight Tyson has ever been in has been a 4-rounder. He got a knockout there. His other 3 fights were first-round knockouts.
Let's get ready to rumble.
And Alfred, I guess, is the only man, and this one may not go much longer as a crushing right hand.
I know for a fact Mike hits really, really hard. Superhuman-like hard.
Boom, perfect timing.
Look at the size of him. He looks like the Incredible Hulk. He really does.
In that case, I'm glad I'm not Michael Jack Johnson. I'm glad you pointed it out because down he goes, the left hook.
He looked unstoppable. He looked like a different planet of ability.
I'll tell you, Michael Jack Johnson earned his money the hard way tonight.
Well, there's not much to say about that knockout except to watch it.
But he was far more than a big puncher. He was a very good boxer.
Stoppage time. England trail by 2-1.
Now, I'm not going to bore you with Bernoulli's principle and the Magnus effect, but trust me, when you kick a ball with a nasty spin on it, it'll bend.
Beckham could raise the roof here with a goal. I don't believe it. David Beckham scores the goal to take England all the way to the World Cup finals. They're going to win this group with a last-minute goal by David Beckham.
He lives his life. He's obsessed with, he's tortured by trying to carry this team to a post-Michael Jordan championship. Just one championship.
Watson, strong throw to the end zone, caught, touchdown, and the Texans take the lead, a 29-yard BB.
The Patriots will need to score a touchdown.
For him, I do believe he looks at 40 as a new beginning.
Do not go gentle into that good night.
No quarterback who's ever lived has been elite at the age of 41.
Makes the grab, and he plunges out of the tackle by Cunningham.
He is going to fall off a cliff.
Old age should burn and rave at close of day.
What a play by Amendola.
Brave men near death who see with blinding sight.
Patriots hurry to the line. 35 seconds in count.
Rage. Rage. Against the tide of life.
Sin and a sin, lost and I'm found. In the moonlight.
Touchdown! Brandon Cooks! Incredible! It's a touchdown! Patriots! Tom Brady delivers in the clutch.
He became a very good man without a very good man in his life.
Back-to-back jams by LeBron James.
He was the chosen one, as dubbed by Sports Illustrated. Okay. The mass media skip from the time this kid was 15 years old was saying, as we so unfairly and often do, here he is, the next one.
And a lot lies ahead. You will most certainly be the most scrutinized rookie in the history of the NBA.
LeBron James making his much-awaited NBA debut. Jerry, boy, you talk about pressure. Is he going to be able to handle it?
Can he handle it? We just don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
He is averaging 26, 8, and 9.
How old is he? 12?
Already this year's team owns the franchise record for wins, and they've clinched the best record in the East.
He's still only 18 years and 8 months old. Can he live up to all the hype?
No one can live up to this type of hype.
Now, it's got to be difficult to focus on this fight in the same manner in which you focused on James Toney and made Toney look absolutely pathetic in winning by decision.
Big right hand by Roy Jones. Another right hand by Roy Jones. And down goes Bird. Down goes Bird. Knocked him out in 1 round.
The fight against Vinny Pazienza.
You all right? You all right? Can't reach this. Just kind of
They threw a lot of punches at him. I think like over 60 punches. And for the first time in boxing history, didn't land a punch.
That's an astounding statistic, Dave.
It's really something that has become much more than a hockey game, and it became a political and social and economic statement.
And so you have all of this confluence of events taking place.
That it puts in perspective what it meant for the country, what the country was going through at the time, the Cold War and the height of it.
Somebody wrote that the ice will melt and turn to gold before the U.S. wins a game like this.
And a bunch of college kids, basically, in effect, meeting an amateur team, but we all knew what they were. They were all listed as soldiers in the Soviet team, but they were hockey players. They were the best hockey players in the world.
The Soviets, looming in the middle round, with an undefeated record and overflowing confidence.
It was like thunder. The energy, I think, could have sustained for 9 periods of hockey.
Soviets take the lead in the second period, and they outshoot the U.S. in the second period, something like 15-3.
So much contested only once thus far. The Americans with perhaps their final rush on this power play opportunity. 13 seconds left in the penalty. They shot the game by Johnson. They score!
You know, country was looking for something to rally against.
I've been on the air for earthquakes. That may have been rockier than San Francisco.
Tonight, we skate with them.
4:55 remaining in the third period.
Tonight, we stay with them.
2:25, 2:24.
And we shut them down because we can.
That final, I want to say 30 seconds, just, it was this kind of sporting event.
Johnson over to Ramsey. The Lebanon gets set by Ramsey. McClanahan is there. The puck is still loose. 11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
And the United States has beaten the Soviet Union. I have never seen such scenes in all my life.
Listen to this crowd. This capacity crowd has been the most exciting event here at the 13th Winter Olympics. They're going crazy out there. They're jumping up and down, while the Russians, on the other hand, are just standing quietly at their own blue line.
On first down, Breeze slides through. Camara makes a man miss. The world has got you. Toss to Camara on the edge, gets a block. Gets in.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. Takes the handoff, sweeps to his right, gets to the 20. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon. Quick the third tackle, comes down to the 30, he's down to the 20, he's down to the 10, he's down to the 5, he's into the end zone. Touchdown, touchdown, 49ers. 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle.
Elo looks. Elo into Nance. Back to Elo. He drives. He scores! Elo drove it right down scores! 199 with 3 seconds to play.
Now Chicago has 3 seconds to try to win it.
The Cavs were just 3 seconds away from eliminating the upstart Bulls. But those 3 seconds would have an impact for years to come.
Here's our story here at Richfield Coliseum. One of these teams will advance to the Eastern Conference semifinals against the New York Knicks. The Bulls have 3 seconds to try a shot and try to win the game. You'll see the drama unfold.
Michael Jordan always took his game to another level in the playoffs, like we've never seen before. He's the greatest that's ever played. And
greatest who ever played.
Yeah.
You go right there.
No question about it.
That brings up Jeter.
Now batting for the American League from the New York Yankees, the shortstop, number 2, Derek Jeter. Number 2.
And that's how Derek Jeter will walk to the plate the rest of his time as a Yankee.
Well, the script is there. The last page is in Derek's hands. Derek Jeter ends his final game with a walk-off single. Derek Jeter, where fantasy becomes reality. Did you have any doubt?
When you talk about champions, when you talk about leaders, you talk about one man above most, and his name is Derek Jeter.
Now batting for the American League from the New York Yankees, the shortstop, number 2.
As for the fight itself, discussion centered not on who would win, but on how much punishment Foreman would dish out.
The time may have come to say goodbye to Muhammad Ali.
And now we understand that George Foreman is about to make his way to the ring.
Because very honestly, I don't think he can beat George Foreman.
Cosell was convinced that Ali is washed up.
This guy was the closest thing to a human monster I'd ever seen before. He was certainly the scariest boxer.
Look at this now as they stare. Muhammad Ali beginning to talk to George Foreman. They're really putting the stare on each other.
I looked him in the eye to stare him down and said, "Oh, George, you were in school when I was beating Sonny Liston."
Gone in the past 4 years beyond 2 rounds in any fight. By George Foreman.
He knew that the one weakness in this monster, who was thought of as unbeatable, was his stamina.
The first round, all of us yelled out, "Get off the ropes." And he would just say, "Shut up, I know what I'm doing."
Well, I would say that the round was very even, of course, actually.
And Ali totally got into the guy's head, and he didn't even realize it.
It was Muhammad Ali's fertile mind that created the rope.
Here we go, round number 2 to determine Ali. Get off his stool in between rounds. George Foreman sat down all the way. Ali leaned on the rope. Richardson interfered, fighting him.
Starting second or third round, when he went to the ropes, he was calling Foreman all kinds of names. Anything of ugliness you can think of.
Dark, definitely serious, tremendous combination.
He fought just like your initial bump, just lay on the rope and take it with him. This time he did it with character. He said, "I'm going to weather this storm."
The rope-a-dope was something that was invented by Muhammad Ali that night.
I must say, I don't understand those tactics, Joe, of staying on the ropes and letting him hit.
It just shows you the power of intellect and intelligence and how that can compete against anything.
And believe me, I was a big, powerful giant in the ring with Muhammad. I mean, a knockout artist. He stood up to me.
Foreman setting him up against the rope. Falling! Look at him whispering in the ear of Foreman.
George Foreman, so young, so strong.
Not supposed to do, leaning up against the rope. 4 punches downstairs on Ali.
So fearless.
I had him beat. I really did. And really thought I had him beat up in the body, had him tired.
continues to talk,
Against George Foreman, he does away with his opponents, one after another, in less than 3 rounds.
George not going that type of distance a long time. He was treading in water, never been in before.
This is the furthest that George Foreman has gone in a fight since 1972. Misses the right hand. Ali is definitely confusing him.
Missing the shots that he missed, it drained him.
Look at Foreman's face. He does look tired.
Nobody knew the strength of Muhammad Ali. He was manhandling him, just like Archie said, grabbing him, and he emptied the guy's tank.
I was afraid he was going to get killed by a George Foreman that many of our young viewers don't know.
Boom, perfect timing.
I thought he was hurt. I thought his body was hurt. He came back. He hit Foreman with everything, and he winked at me.
Yes, there's no doubt about it. He winked right over here to this corner.
The guy really was the people's choice, and he was the people's choice because he loved them.
Yes, I'd hate to predict any fight, but my goodness, those people who said Foreman would win in a flash have certainly been proved wrong.
And about the 7th round, he asked me, "That all you got, George?" That was like a nightmare.
After a while, even the dumbest of us looked up there and said, you know what? He's winning.
Greatest of all time. Muhammad Ali has done it. The great man has done it.
He was, in fact, the greatest heavyweight who ever lived.
I am the greatest.